I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and this is a look at my new Wi-Fi projector. So this is a little portable projector. It's got a little handle on the top here. You can see for scale. I'll stand next to it here. And you can see it's relatively small. You can put it down on a surface like I've done here, and then it actually works as a full 1080p projector that you can use to watch movies and access apps and basically project something onto the wall or onto a screen. So some neat features, it's again full HD, 1080p, so it's a pretty good crisp picture. We'll see that in a minute. You can adjust to different distances, and it can display an image that's up to 200 inches. So that's a pretty big size. You have to be in a relatively dark space, I've found, for it to work optimally. The closer you are to the wall, the smaller the image will be, and the brighter it will be. So if you want to do a really big screen, it's best to be in a totally dark room. But if you're able to do that, it works great as a projector for even those fairly large images. Just a quick note that the maker of this projector sponsored me by gifting me one to review, so thank you for that. It also has a built-in speaker, so if you're playing content like a movie where there's sound, it actually does a really good job, I think, of playing the sound back there. And the quality of the sound is actually surprisingly good for a relatively small unit. You can hear it's got some cooling fans. We've got the projector itself, which I've got switched on right now. We've got the button on the top that starts and stops the device. One of the really cool things with this is that it actually has its own built-in Android operating system. And again, I'll show that in a moment, but the upshot of that is that you can actually access a lot of apps right on the projector. It's almost like its own little phone or tablet, and you don't necessarily have to sync it with your phone or tablet, although you can. And that's really great because it's sort of a standalone device. And what I've got it set up here to do is in my kids' room to be able to show YouTube videos and movies. It's great for that kind of application, for a movie night, that kind of thing. It's probably not optimal for a business presentation just because, again, it doesn't have the brightness to display in a really bright room. But again, for those kinds of casual uses like a movie night, it's perfect. We can adjust the focus here. So I'll show, here's the actual projection. And you can adjust the focus. This is in focus, obviously this is out, and I'm just turning this little wheel to adjust until everything's nice and crisp. I'll turn the lights off here so you can see. Again, really good crisp picture quality, again, for a relatively small projector there. Now, there's no battery, so it's portable in the sense that you can carry it easily. It's very light between rooms. You could take it to a friend's house, if you wanted to go and do a movie night. If you have a power source, you could do an outdoor movie night if you wanted to. But you do have to have it plugged into the wall, so there is a power cord here. And we do have some inputs on the back. So there's a headphone jack if you want to listen silently, and then you have a USB and an HDMI input. So one of the cool things here is if you wanted to plug this into a computer that had an HDMI out, or if you wanted to plug it into, for example, a DVD player, you can plug those in and you can access the inputs in the device and actually play directly from those sources. But again, the thing I think is even cooler is the fact that you don't actually need to have those in order to use this projector. Again, it's a standalone unit. And it comes with this remote control. There's also an app that you can download, and it allows you to use your phone as a remote control and to sync from your phone and display your phone's screen directly on the wall. So that's a good application if you want to just have a much bigger version of your phone screen. If you want to access some content or video you have on your phone, it's great for that. But with this remote, I can also use the built-in Android operating system on the projector itself, and I can actually navigate just like I'm navigating on my cell phone. So let's go back. I'm going to go back to the home screen here. You can see we got all these different apps that we can access. So I'm going to show here, I'm going to show using YouTube. And you can hear it's playing the sounds there. There's no setting as far as I can tell to correct keystoning. So if you're not exactly perpendicular to the wall, you might get a little keystoning. Not that big of a deal in my experience though. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna shut the lights off again so you can see the actual picture here. Let's navigate over and find a video to watch. So here I am, search. I can go over and use the keyboard here, again using the remote to type in what I'm looking for. I've already done the search recently for my channel here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And then here I am talking about something else, so I'll go ahead and just show this so you can see what the content looks like. And it's going to go ahead and load. It's going to show us an ad first. So there we go. There's my video playing. It's yours truly talking about something on there. And you can see I'm going to turn the volume down. We can control the volume again with the remote. We'll quiet down my video so I can talk over it. And you can see we got a really good quality picture here, very crisp. There I am. Easy to watch YouTube videos on there, and again, you can access all different kinds of content. And I love that you can just project right onto the wall here. This is just a blank wall, and it's easy enough to do that. If you have an actual pull-down screen, all the better, but you don't actually need that in order to do a fairly basic projection here, and you can see it's doing a really good job. So again, I think this is probably not powerful enough for a business presentation necessarily. Maybe if you're doing an informal presentation, you just wanted to easily carry this projector along, that would work. But really, I think what it's great for is what I'm using it for here, which is, to do a movie night for your kid, pull up their favorite YouTube channel, watch some videos, project it onto the wall, even pull up something on your phone that you'd like them to watch, be able to show that, maybe a funny video on an app or something. You can sync again from your phone and see that, or plug in, if you have an old DVD player that you're not using anymore with your smart TV, plug it into this, put this in your kids' room, they can watch older movies, projected on the wall here. Again, this is a pretty big screen, that's creating, but you can go even bigger, again, if you have a relatively dark room to do that in a big blank wall. So that's my projector, and I'm really happy with it. Again, it's a basic way to do a nice, fun movie night.